Istanbul's police getting ready for action. Combat gear and gas masks, shields, rubber bullet guns. And these are the people they're preparing to confront, the Saturday mothers. About a dozen women, many of them past retirement age, and their supporters. Hanim Tosun is in the first row. The Saturday mothers have been meeting since 1995 for the vigils, and the lady with the dark green headscarf has joined most of them. She is no longer afraid of the police, she says.
Attention, attention, this protest is not legal. Please disperse.
The police has now blocked every street in the area. Hanim Tosun and the others are forced to stop. The protest quickly ends. This time the women and their supporters couldn't even get close to the location, right behind me, where they usually hold their sit-ins. Policemen, many of them heavily armed, blocked all the passages. Authorities probably wanted to avoid images like last week. When the group was about to stage their 700th demonstration, police forcibly dispersed the crowd. Several people were injured, dozens detained. After her short sit-in, I meet Hanim Tosun again. She wants to tell me her story and the story of the Saturday mothers. For more than 20 years, she has been fighting for justice, she says, and for her husband, Fehmi Tosun.
The day it happened, my husband left home around 10 in the morning. Around 6 in the evening, my daughter happened to see him being taken away by police. I thought the worst would be that he's in prison, but they'll eventually release him. But I never heard from him again. After all these years, I've given up hope of getting him back.
Her husband Fehmi is not the only one. In the 1980s and 90s, thousands of young men, most of them Kurds, were reportedly taken into custody, and their families never heard of them again. There were no charges, no trials, and no information from the authorities. Back then, the mothers and wives of the disappeared began to organize themselves. They met every Saturday in central Istanbul, and they still do, until today.
When someone in your family dies, you bury them and try to move on. But we don't have this consolation. For us, mourning never ends. We don't even have a gravestone to put flowers on.
The current government is not responsible for the disappearances. It happened before they came to power. But they still order the police to crack down on the Saturday mothers. The Interior Minister has even accused the women of having links to the militant Kurdish PKK group. In a speech, he said,
"Should we turn a blind eye to motherhood being exploited by a terrorist organization?"
Hanim Tosun and the other Saturday mothers have experienced a lot of hostility over the years, but they refuse to give up. That's why they plan to meet again next Saturday and demand justice for their sons and for their husbands.